Yo, Steven's podcast. George, Ryan, Greg, back in the building. Hey. Episode 108.
108.
Hi.
Who's jersey number 108? I'm sorry, number 8.
Kobe.
That's a good one.
108.
Dang it. I thought I had some 8s.
108s and heartbreaks.
Dan Marino. Was he number 8 or 9?
No. It's a double-digit
Oh,
number.
he was
13.
He was 13. That's right. Damn it.
Number 8, Troy Aikman. Matt Hasselbeck.
Matt Hasselbeck.
Number 8. Oh, not Manu Ginobili. Manu Ginobili number 11, right? Or 13?
808s and heartbreaks.
Number 8. Oh, Steve Smith. Hawks.
Why did I think Dan Marino's number 8?
I'm trying to think of rates.
I have no idea who any of these people are you're talking about. I don't think that camera is the right way, but that's all right.
What camera?
I don't like being on camera anyways. So.
Man, I'm running out of jersey number 8s that quick. Obviously, if you're listening, dang, he said, bet.
Hi, guys. Hi. How are you?
Antoine Walker.
Antoine Walker's a good one.
Rudy Gay.
Mariota at Oregon.
Steve Young.
Steve Young's number 8? Oh, yeah, that's right. Archie Manning. That's a good number.
Jeff
8.
Green in Boston.
Jeff Green is trash. Matt Jones, wasn't he number 8 for like the wide receiver? Or was he number 11? He was a
Connor
quarterback in
Shaw.
college. I don't know who Connor Shaw is. What's homeboy that lied? Homeboy that lied on the Bruins about steroids and then said he admitted it.
Why can't I think of his name right now?
The Iron Man?
Oh, shoot.
Why can't I think of his name?
Iron Man?
What's his name?
The Iron Man?
Why can't I think of his name?
Darren Williams?
Darren Williams.
Iron Man who?
Cal Ripken Jr.?
Oh, number 8. That's a good one. Gosh, what's number 8? I was just talking about him. The guy on the Milwaukee Brewers. And he was like, oh, I didn't take steroids. And then he said he did. And he lied on that
Braun?
kid. Braun. He's number 8. He's also trash, too.
Yogi Berra?
It was a good one.
Carl Yastrzemski?
Okay.
Ovechkin?
Oh, that's a solid number 8. He's not good at hockey. Oh, he's good at hockey, but he's not good in the playoffs.
They won. They came back from down 0-2 to win 4-2.
Mike D'Antoni.
And we're Italy?
Yes, Joe Jellybean Bryant. Phillips Arena.
Joe Jellybean Bryant was number 24. Had that throwback, too.
I'm talking about in...
Actually, that's why Kobe wore number 8 was because of
D'Antoni.
That's why Kobe wore number 8 was because of Mike D'Antoni.
Oh, that is true. Fun fact.
Fun fact.
Got anything else? Nothing? Listeners, obviously, let us know your number 8s. What's our guest today? We'll be talking to the big homie Dallas Penn.
One and only.
You should be familiar. What else we do? Weekends? Anything go good? Anything going on?
Saturday was fun.
Saturday was fun.
Hannah's birthday.
Shout out to Hannah.
Shout out to Hannah. Woo!
She was our 3rd lady to be on this podcast.
Some of George's.
What?
Some of George's,
Why are you looking like that? George don't like.
Some of
talking about
George's
his
friends got out of control. Out of hand.
The Pantheon. Bro, if you don't take them straws out, I swear. No.
It's too hot to drink regular.
What's the difference?
That's the difference is it takes a little longer to get sucked up, pause, and it cools off. That's the difference. Stop wearing that Phoenix Suns All-Star hat with that Bulls logo on the side. Anything else going on this weekend? Besides drunken exploits, I was faded, all right. I got home, threw up all over the place, all right. I was cooked.
I wasn't that bad.
I got home, laid across the bed, and must have just fell asleep for about a good 4 hours. Woke up at 1:30, took a shower, and watched movies till about 6:30 in the morning. And then went back to bed, and then woke up again at about noon. I was done. I drunk a lot of stuff, dude. I don't know how y'all weren't done.
I mean, I only had like 2 or 3 drinks an hour. I went home 8:30, did the same thing, fell asleep, woke up at like 11:30. But George's friend was cooked.
Yeah, his friend was cooked.
All right. He was done about an hour after he had got there, all right? Shots.
Yeah, he got done quick. Taking shots of, what was that called? Green tea?
I have no idea.
He would definitely.
I mean, it wasn't his idea. That's what the girls told him to order Hannah.
But they came up. The man,
It was good, though. Green tea is a good shot.
He said, "You with that guy?" I was like, he's with us. He's like, "You got to go."
Who are you talking about?
Q.
No, who said this?
The GM of the bar.
Oh, man, we got kicked out. Man, why you say his name? What's his real name? I don't think. I wasn't even there for that. And what happened? I mean, what did he do to get kicked out? Last time
So
I
he was
left.
like,
when I left,
because he was just like walking around, like intruding on people's tables.
he was messing with that family when I left. That family was having a nice dinner at the local
he was
pub.
like,
A nice dinner.
Bro, when you got
Yes, at the porch.
they had 2 kids with them. They were literally
They were sitting in like high top seats at the seats at the bar.
bars. No, they weren't.
Nice dinner.
They were 2 kids. Their kids were like 8 and 6. What are you talking about? And he was at their table going like, "Oh yeah, y'all eating dinner," and the little girl was like this. I'm like, "What?" I said, "So somebody go get him from them kids."
Wait, what part are you disagreeing with me on?
You said they're at a high top bar.
No, a high top seat like
No,
in the bar.
a regular table.
No,
It was
but they were
still enjoying their
They were
dinner.
still high top seats though. They were like the whatever you call them, high seats.
I don't even know if they were high seats. I think it was a regular level.
It was
tables.
a table just like we were sitting at.
Oh no, that's not. Then you talking about somebody else? Then he was at a family that was at the regular level, like the table you were sitting at.
It was 2 ladies and 2 little girls. Yes.
Yeah, and they weren't at a high top one. They were at a regular level one. That's
a
fact.
ground level table.
And I said,
You
somebody
talking about
go
a
get
different-
him.
Talking about a different table.
That lady was.
He went to every table in the restaurant, so
well,
could have been a different point.
In that
Different point.
case, I mean, you could be right about that. I wouldn't be surprised.
So he comes up. He came back up and was like, "What are you talking about?" And he was like, "You're too drunk, man. You got to chill out, otherwise you're gonna have to leave." And he's like, "I'm not drunk. I'm high." And he was like,
He was high too.
I don't know what he was. He was like, "Whatever you are, you got to chill out." That's the moral of the story. So he walks away. Must have been like a minute and a half. Has his drink in his hand, drops his entire fucking pint onto the floor.
And
Glass shatters, beer everywhere.
Hey, he did one of those.
He comes back. He comes back and he's like, "I didn't do that." And he was like, "I literally just saw you drop your drink." Tells George, he's like, "You got to call him an Uber. Like, you got to get him out of here."
That was the funniest part. I was like, I mean, you could kick him out. I'm not calling him an Uber. Like, what?
Just put him outside. He'll figure it
I was
out.
like,
They're an awful
the
friend.
grown man.
Put him outside on the sidewalk. He'll figure it
You
out.
were just gonna let them get tossed out, and everybody just gonna shrug their shoulders and nothing.
I'm with my wife. What do you want me to do?
Oh, okay, you act like Han doesn't know her, doesn't know him.
Well, what does that have to do with the situation?
It's about life or death. All right.
Okay, it has nothing to do with life or death. He's been in way worse situations, and his heart is ticking. All right, he's fine.
Has he ever been in a fight at all at a bar?
He almost was in a fight with you earlier in the day.
Yeah, he almost was because I was gonna throw him through a window.
All right,
That was facts.
relax. All right.
100% facts.
Okay, you can chill out.
No, that's facts.
You're
He
so
got mad at
angry
me.
about this.
I'm not angry about it. I just can't stand hanging out with people when you can't make fun of them. Like when you can't make, I can never hang out with people I can't make fun of, and they can't make fun of me.
Yeah, but you assuming he was mad at you or something.
He asked me, "What you laughing at?" He said that to
Laughing
me.
at?
All right, well, I
He
didn't hear
came
that.
up to the table because everybody came and said, "Yo, man, your boy peed on that man's
House.
driveway or house." Yeah,
Yeah,
And
in the middle of the day.
And I said,
on Camelback or
Yeah,
on Indian School Road.
I was the one who pointed it out. I saw him do it.
And they said, "Yeah, he like pulled in the guy's driveway and like peed on his house." I said, "What?" And that was it.
No, he just walked across the street.
And-
peed
so
on
someone
the
said he
man.
pulled
Peed on the
in
wall,
driveway.
yeah.
And I was like, and that was
On Indian School.
that wasn't even the funny
Like
part.
you could see it from the street in broad daylight.
That wasn't even the funny part. The funny part was when he came up and he tried to give everybody a handshake, and the other boy goes,
Did you wash your
"Bro,
hands?
did you wash your hands?" That was funny. We started, and he was behind me.
Yeah, I think
Started
Chaz said that.
Dying, all right? And I didn't hear no laughing, bro. I didn't hear not one chuckle. And I looked up, and he looked at me, and he was like this. And what you laughing at? And I said, wait a minute, what? I'm looking this
Greg
way.
was shook.
Never stopped looking at me, was staring down. And then he walked off. I said, "Tell your boy I'll throw him through a window, bro." Like, I don't play like that. And if I've been drinking, I'm already hostile as it is. I started drinking, that
I
whole...
thought you guys are best friends from the wedding.
And then he was talking to you.
He wouldn't even talk to us at the wedding.
And then he was
I thought
talking
he
to
was
you.
talking to everybody.
And Greg was talking to
Never
me.
said a word to us at the wedding.
He didn't say word to us at the wedding.
Never. Like, not one time. And I was like,
he was telling George, he's like, why are these people laughing at me? They don't know me, bro. They don't know what I'm capable of. And Greg's like, what's he saying? What's he saying?
Yeah, because I was
like, you say you don't know him, you don't know what you're capable of. He's like, I'll throw him through the fucking window right now.
I don't know.
There were no windows though, so you would have to.
Plenty of windows in the Vig.
Put him through a table.
Yeah, that was fun though. I had a lot of fun though. I don't know if
he started it at the Vig. He went to that table of like those 5 dudes and the 5 chicks across from us, and he was harassing all them.
Yeah, because them one girls came in and he went straight over there, and I was like, ugh. I think most of them dudes at that table were gay, so they weren't gonna scrap them up.
I mean, I'm used to it, so it's not even like we just laugh at him.
So you can't do that. No.
You can do that.
No.
Yeah, you can.
Because then he becomes a clown and entertainment. No. Like, you can't do that.
That's what it is.
You can't invite him just to make fun
He's your
of
jester.
him, no.
I don't invite him to make fun of him. That's Hannah's friend. It's my friend. That's what he's invited for.
That's Hannah's friend?
I mean, he lived with me for like 5-6 years.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
He was a firefighter?
No, that's another guy.
He don't live here no more.
He lives in Virginia, right?
I think he moved to Philly, but
Dang.
East Coast.
You lived with that man for 5 years?
Yeah, probably longer than that.
God bless you.
Dang. So y'all brothers then. We probably should stop talking about it then. I didn't realize it was that deep.
Was Phil there? Oh yeah, Phil was there.
Shout out to Phil.
Shout out to Phil.
That's the homie.
Hope he was able to rekindle his romance.
Oh yeah, bro. Come on, bro. Bro, you gotta come on, man. All right, come on.
Come doing a segment.
Man.
Come on, man.
No, he gotta get a grip, bro. All right, he gotta get a
Explain.
grip. Because the girl that he's like curbing to us, I'm like, wait a minute, that's her? Not bad looking at all.
Right.
Okay. And he's like, nah.
But it's the part that's funny to me is like, it's not only that, she worships him, like would do anything. And that's what the part that I don't understand.
I was just like, oh, wait a minute, I'm sorry, you talking about her? Cause what? And he was like stone cold, like, no, trust me. Nah. I'm like, okay, like, all right. Like, I'm not saying too much, like, but bruh, like, anyways. But shout out to them. I had fun. I had a lot of fun, actually.
First thing he said to me when I walked up, 100 minutes on the stair stepper today.
God.
What does that mean?
I'm gonna go get a drink. So
he enjoys talking about himself. In case you didn't notice,
we all do.
it's different. It's different.
It's different.
It's quite a bit different.
Pickups. Anybody got any pickups today? This week. I'm not saying none of my pickups until they come in.
I
Why is
have
that?
a pickup this week, but I'm not
You're right.
going to tell you about it. I'm going to wear it next Wednesday when it comes in.
But you're not telling us. You're telling the listeners.
I'm not telling anybody.
What is it?
I don't get it.
I can't tell you until it comes in.
It better be something dope, because if it's something like
Something super dope. It's something all 3 of us want.
doubt it. You
Facts.
can't leave the listeners hanging. You got to tell.
I mean, it's got to be Atmos Air Max 1.
Stay tuned next week to find out what I picked up.
Not that hard to figure out.
I wouldn't even think about an Air Max. I would think like a Yeezy 2 or something.
Air Max is the only thing that apparently that matters in society these days.
Air Max are the only
Nike
things that matter.
prices are insane. And Adidas prices are like this. Boop. Nike prices.
Bruh, I almost bought a Amamiya because it was so cheap. I was like, this is it? Like, it was like $169. And I was like,
NMD or the other one?
the white one. And I was like, I'm gonna buy it. Like, I'm gonna end up buying it. Like, I don't know what happened to Adidas price. It leveled out. It's not even leveled out. They're regular now. Like, it's not even anything attractive. Like, look, Air Max, Nike reign supreme forever. So you got to change your name. Somebody suggested the Swoosh Snob. So you got to go to Swoosh Snob. You can.
No, you can't.
Yeah, you can.
Just because I buy more than Adidas doesn't mean I change my name.
All right, well, you could be Boost Snob.
I'm still going to be a snob about Boost, so because you jumped off that train a long time ago.
No, I didn't.
Pause. Yeah, you did.
I didn't jump off of it.
Yeah,
I
you
just
did.
like, oh, now it's regular. It's Air. It's Nike's Air. That's all it is. It's Boost, Nike Air. That's all I've ever said.
No,
There's nothing else to buy.
but you're super hype on Nike though, so
Always been.
So are you?
I haven't? Tell me I haven't.
there's a difference between super hype and just normal excited or whatever. for release?
I've always been hyped for Air Maxes and everything. That's 100% facts.
That's not true.
I've been out here wearing 97s before it was hot. Tell me it's not facts.
Yeah, but what does that got to do with how people have been acting lately?
That's how other people been acting. Me, I've been consistent with what I
hype.
wear and what I cop.
You was hype on Boost at one point. Now you back hype on Nike.
You were hyped on Boost. Of course we were. We all were at one point. But I never left Nike. All right, you left Nike completely.
That's not true.
Stop it. All right,
What are you talking about? I was still buying Nike and Jordan just because I wasn't buying Air Max
You
specifically.
were buying them for different reasons.
You weren't buying them to wear.
You were
Why
buying
wasn't I?
them to
I don't know. You tell me.
do things.
No, what I'm saying is, what are you talking about?
You weren't buying any Air Maxes or Jordans or anything to wear.
I just said just because I wasn't buying Air Max runners doesn't mean I wasn't buying Nike stuff. I still was buying Nike stuff and Jordan stuff.
What
to
were you buying
take back.
Jordan-wise?
Listen to him. There was fours I bought during that Adidas wave.
Oh, yeah, you
there
bought
was ones that I
royalty
bought.
fours, and that one like this.
There was ones that I bought, all the low OG ones. I mean, you can go back and listen to all the episodes. All my pickups, I have a bunch of Nike and Jordan stuff.
Okay, all right. I see you out here. I see exactly what you do.
But I do need those particle beige 97s though.
What is that?
Anybody has those size 12, let me know.
Particle beige 97s.
The 97 with the like suede pink and tan, whatever.
What's the name? Didn't have them. Jay didn't have them. Just get them on eBay. They're not on eBay for cheap.
Neapolitan.
Joints are expensive.
Oh, you got to see the all gray suede ones that's getting ready to drop, bruh. Fire.
They had the gray pair in that same pack with the particle
Not
beige
that one.
ones.
I have that one.
Nobody tried for the
What are you
CR7s
talking
this
about?
morning?
Yeah, I did. I bought it at.
No, you
Didn't I buy the grade 97 from Heated Soul?
Yes,
What are you
he
talking
did
about?
actually. Yes.
No, you didn't.
He did. That was one of his pickup. If you went,
From
not
the
Heated
outlet.
Soul.
Like, what are you talking about?
Oh yeah, it was Heated Soul. Yeah, Heated Soul, U.S. Airway Center, 2017
That's how much you spent?
No, I paid $140.
outlet.
Their outlet. It's a half box.
No box top.
I mean, that's how a lot of those were, but people bought them and now they're charging outrageous prices because Nike Air is like this.
But wait till you see these other gray ones. Bruh, I'm telling you, they're already out in UK.
Show me the picture.
I'll show you a picture.
I probably have seen them.
Nobody tried for CR7s this morning.
What is CR7?
Yes,
that was,
Ronaldo.
that was yesterday morning.
Was it yesterday morning?
Yeah.
Right.
I tried for a friend. I didn't care.
For a friend.
I was a minute late, and at that point on sneakers, you're toast. So
I mean, is there
You are
really
toast.
an area of time that like makes you not toast? Like, I mean, I thought it was just like, do people get their winning confirmations before like it ends or something? Or,
what do you mean?
So like when you enter, like while it's still, was it a timer or did it just say got it? Like I don't remember. You know,
was it a draw or
I'm thinking
was it
of
a
draw
release?
entries. My bad.
No, it was just a regular release.
So then that matters.
Well,
I don't know if that even.
I need help this weekend signing up to get Tinker 3s.
That's this weekend.
They come out again Monday.
What do you need help on?
I need a 9.5.
No, on what?
I don't know yet. I gotta figure it out. I'll send you them as I uncover what I,
I
need
mean,
help with.
sure. I mean, I don't want them.
Prices started dropping on them at least, so
That's
at least if
because
I
they
miss
suck.
out.
I had a feeling prices dropped on them.
Prices
because
dropping on what?
Tinkers.
Tinkers.
They're like $270 now.
Oh, I thought you were talking about those Ronaldos. I was about to say, not in my size.
Because I've seen a lot of
Ronaldo
people.
joints are like $375. Oh yeah, I know. I've seen these.
I've seen a lot of people with
Yeah, this is the like buttery suede.
getting them picked up like new pickup on IG, and they're all Tinkers.
Yeah, but why would you cop this one if you cop that other one?
Because it's a little different.
You doing the same thing that you used to talk about, like people buying Ultra Boost for.
That might. I buy
Yeah.
all 97s pretty much.
But that was the same thing that you talked about people buying Ultra Boost for. You're like, why do you like when we bought Lux? You were like, why do you need those if you got creams?
First, I never said that about those, about creams and Lux. But you know, you might be right. I probably did say
it's a
that.
valid point.
But they have history.
You
behind
said,
them.
why'd you buy Amamanya if you got white?
What does that mean?
I never said that. All right. I said I know, yeah, it's a fire.
It's a shoe. If you like it, you wear it. You buy it. That's it.
Hey, man.
I mean, like you robbed your first store with 97s? Is that, what kind of history are we talking about here? Air Max 97s are not necessarily like you can tie it. Like OJ wasn't wearing them when he got chased in a
First
Bronco.
of all, the only robber in this room is you. All right.
Facts.
Robber is a strong word.
You was a cat burglar.
I was
A cat burglar is funny.
yes, you dressed up in a cat suit.
If it's not you, if you wake up in the morning and you go, "Ah," and your living room is cleared out, that's funny. So you reach for the TV
But that person's not the cat burglar. That's the victim.
I know. I'm just saying the whole objective of a cat burglar.
If you wake up on the floor and you are asleep,
That's funny, man. Bro, I remember the episode of Family Matters when Carlton was asleep on the couch and the cat burglars put sleeping gas in there, so they was sleep. They woke up, they was sitting on crates, and the couches were gone. I'm like, yo, that's wild. But yeah, you wake up on your bedroom floor. That's funny, you know. What else you guys get? Anything? I didn't say what I got. I guess I'll wait since Sybil wants to wait.
What are you guys waiting for?
I mean, I sold a couple things to get it. So I sold
blue. Then you got black.
I sold the other blue Yeezy I told you about. Actually $396. Is that good?
For that shoe, probably.
So.
Oh, okay. $396. And then I just bought.
Your account must be lit on StockX. So you must have the highest seller level.
Rain of Fila's, fam.
All right.
Can't wait. All right, I can't wait for them joints to come.
Now, if you say you the Fila god and you have Fila since the beginning, then we would say, yeah, you're right.
We're all Fila gods, dude. If you had Grand Hills ever, you're a Fila god.
I didn't have I had stuff before Grand Hills. I didn't have Grand Hills.
All right. Yes, you had them Italy ones.
Particle beige. That's what I need.
What comes out this week?
Particle beige.
What comes
12.
out
Particle page.
this week? Well, we got Tinkers on Monday, Cool Gray 11s on Saturday.
You copping those?
I don't think so.
Dang.
If I can get them under retail, yeah.
What's under? Oh, well, I mean.
If I can get them under retail,
I don't feel like buying. I don't feel like
What are you
paying
looking for?
retail for a shoe that I'm not gonna wear.
What are
Really
you
that
looking
much.
for?
Now,
Huh?
now 97 blue OGs. Got them joints in the mail on Saturday, and when I got home from the bar, I put them on.
What are 97 blue OGs?
The ones they talk about, the Blue Volt. Royal
fire,
OG
aren't
Blue.
they?
Yeah,
Now, are you willing to say that 97s are better than 98s now?
I think I said last week that might have been a mistake.
Oh, okay. Thank you very much.
Yeah,
What time
but
did you guys get home from the bar?
Yeah, but I need to put 98s on first to see. I need to put one on each foot.
What time did y'all get
I think we
done?
left like 11:30.
Man, from that same place?
Nah, we went somewhere else.
12 hours of drinking.
Bruh, I saw like
Nah.
a IG thing and you guys were there late, bruh. I was like, I know they're not still
There was like
drinking
a lot
alcohol.
of time throughout the day when I wasn't drinking because I had a super headache. I had 4 Excedrin at 2 and 2 at different points in the day.
Oh, I was going to say, if you
Out
took 4
drinking,
at
man.
once. You lucky, bro.
Yeah, that's like having a 0.4 BAC.
Yes. You would have took 4
I
at
had
once, you
2
would have died.
like at like 3 or 4 in the afternoon, and then 2 more at like 8 or 9.
Are you supposed to even take
Bruh.
Excedrin with alcohol?
Supreme headache. I mean, I'm alive still, so who knows?
Yeah, but I thought you're not supposed to. I thought that like stops your heart. Doesn't it have acetylphenine in it or
I
whatever?
have no idea.
Acetaminophen?
Yeah, I wouldn't take that, bro. I'm just giving you some knowledge that I know. Now, you don't have to trust me or not.
You need to chill with giving people knowledge.
Paul,
Yeah, you need to
ibuprofen,
chill.
you gotta take that.
It doesn't work for headaches. For
What
me.
else come out this week?
Only
There's something
thing
else.
caffeine does.
Oh, Rasheed Wallace from the championship pack.
Stop.
I said it's coming out. I didn't say we copping. And first of all, you're the Air Force One god here.
Did I
Besides
say that
Don.
last week?
Facts.
Because I got that on the.
I have like
early release.
5 pairs
Oh,
of
you
Air
bought
Force
it?
Ones.
I sent you a screenshot of it.
Oh, I didn't know you copped it though. I thought you just told us to
sling
go
it?
check the picture.
It hasn't came yet. I think I can't even speak. Hasn't come yet. Pause. I think it comes either today or tomorrow. What's today? 25th?
Yeah.
Comes today.
What size you get?
12.
Keeping?
You keeping it?
You wearing it next week?
Join us as tall as I am,
Those joints as tall as I am.
and I'm taller than you. So that tells you how tall it is.
I feel like more is coming out.
If you filled it with water
the
and you
Kawhi.
jumped inside, you die.
the quiets, the Kawhi ones.
They suck.
He's a weird person, and they do suck, but they're gonna sell out.
I don't think I care about any of those shoes except Air Max. So,
I
sorry.
feel like there's another Jordan 1 or something.
Those ones that
Oh, Carmelo 9s come out
Tomorrow.
they suck.
Today.
tomorrow. Today? No, they didn't come out.
They suck.
Dang, Cavs just
you're gonna
pulled back
try for 'em.
ahead.
Yeah,
I mean, I guess I haven't heard nothing about them releasing.
they come out this.
I follow that same account. I think Sybil got that account for me, that one that he's been posting stuff from. Follow that same account that talks about every single release and like
haven't heard
restock
about
monitor
who?
and whatever.
Yeezy Mafia.
I haven't seen nothing. Yeezy Mafia. Yeezy Mafia is gone. Ghost. He gone.
Well,
No, that thing that he posted that Kanye shoe from, and then he posted something else in the thread from Sneaker Twitter or whatever that handle is.
Season
I had told you
Twitter
guys
or
about that because they have all the like restocks. They post it like before like Soul Links or any of them. So they've been talking about literally every shoe that's coming out except that Mellow because I have
It's on
no
the
idea.
sneaker app.
No, I know, but it hasn't been discussed like on social media or whatever. Haven't seen anything about it.
It's on the sneaker app.
Yeah, okay.
Comes out tomorrow.
I've seen people with pairs in hand already doing a little spin in their hand, whatever you want to call it. Like I said, we have Dallas Penn coming on the day. Chit chat, talk. That's somebody who provides great conversation all the time. That's somebody who is somewhat an authority, as far as I know, as far as sneaker culture. You know, I know there's a lot of other people that people for some reason like to listen to. You know, I don't like when I see people calling people who buy a lot of sneakers legends. I hate that.
The word legend should be used very infrequently.
I don't even know what do you apply a legend to?
Those 2 Chainz shoes coming out. You guys coming?
You know how much they are?
They're Versace, so I'm sure they're $1,000 at least.
Well, they go from different prices. They start from $8.95 to $11 something. So
I think. Have you seen the picture of the bottom? I'm assuming.
I would only cop those just to be taller. Dude. Other than that, no.
You can get stilts.
I think they're trash.
Okay.
The upper is okay, and I think it's kind of cool how they did the chain on the bottom of the shoe,
cool.
but like the whole like bulky shoe thing is way over.
like
They
cake
going way
frosting.
too far.
I haven't even seen them.
I mean, 2 Chainz is already like what, 6'5"?
So you're not copping then, or
No. All right. Maybe for resale.
This is what the bottom looks like. Like a
I like that.
Cuban link.
Olympic rings.
All right. What's the name said John Geiger had him on that show? What's that complex? Does that even exist anymore that Maze Man left?
Full size
run?
Yeah, he said that it's actually technically not 2 Chainz shoe. Like, you know,
I thought he designed it.
Like it, well,
I thought that was the point of the chain on the bottom.
right. I mean, it's called the chain reaction, but I don't know. You have to watch the show, but he explained something like it's not technically like a 2 Chainz collab, even though it's really his shoe. You know what I mean? Like, I don't know how to explain it exactly, but
we don't know what you mean.
you gotta
So
watch
he
the
had nothing to do with making it.
see, that's the thing. I don't know how to answer that question. He was saying on there that it's like, it's not like a Yeezy. You know what I mean? Like it's not like 2 Chainz shoe, but he designed it or whatever or something. I don't know. Whatever. I don't know how to say it. It's on. He explained.
If he designed it, it's his shoe. To me.
Greg's also wearing
Yeah,
an
but
Adidas
it's. Do
jacket
you
with Nike
understand what I'm
shorts,
saying though?
shoes.
Like it's not a Yeezy. Like
Can't do that.
Kanye's shoe has Yeezy on it, whereas like this doesn't have 2 Chainz on it. You know what I'm saying? They call it chain reaction, so the
You said you could
relationship
never.
is obvious.
You said you could never mix brands, and here you are wearing an Adidas jacket.
You ain't
and
never
Nike
heard
shoes.
me say that.
Episode 4.
I've gotten an
Episode 4, minute mark 32,
Liar.
46.
Mellows come out on Friday, no, not tomorrow.
nice, and I will be trying for those.
Dang, I thought tomorrow was Friday because I ain't going to work on Friday.
You unlit.
Why you marching for
Katrina's
t-shirts?
come out though.
Yeah.
Them joints are all right.
What are Katrina? That come out this week?
Jordan 3s. It says April 28th. That might be the early release. I don't know.
Yeah, y'all getting those?
No.
No, we ain't getting them.
I mean, I already lost my cement 3, so I kind of feel like I got to.
How did you lose them?
Are you copping Puma joints? Is it Pumas?
I don't know. You copping those?
How did you
Dadshoe.com?
lose your cement 3s?
Bruh, I'm still looking for them. Why don't you
You
chill?
better ask Cortez.
Man,
They're
bro.
with your wallet, the family dog.
That family dog skeletons now.
That Jordan pack 2 is only like 2 in the U.S. and the rest are overseas.
talking about?
The suede
yeah, that
OG
sucks.
ones.
So which ones are U.S.? Olives?
Green and blue. The ones that are on
Oh,
sneakers.
Okay, I want the yellows though. I know what the yellows.
You better put in on some raffles then.
When you move out of your
Overseas
house,
raffle.
you're going to find a whole treasure trove.
Yeah, I don't know if I'm moving out of my house.
Or the people that move in when they go to renovate in
Yeah,
like
they're
30
gonna
years.
find my wallet. My wallet had
and the-
$92 in it.
You copping satins?
Satin ones? You
Yes.
guys like them?
I'm going to try to.
I mean, they don't make them in my size. So I'm
talking about satin shattered backboards?
Yeah.
Yes. I'm
Oh
gonna try.
no. I thought just any sneaker that's satin. First of all, shout out to
not
Andy
Saturn
Green.
Air Max 1.
No, but the satin Air Max ones that came out. You guys saw that today, right?
If
Yeah,
I
they
can
did
get
right.
those ones, that I sent you on East Bay with a coupon off or something, I'll buy those.
Which one was that?
Blue and
Oh
yellow.
yeah, them is
whatever.
fire. Did you try to buy them?
What?
The ones that he sent today, the blue and yellow ones.
No.
Oh.
I didn't even see them.
On Renard's.
Renard's.
Oh, they're on. You can get them on eBay right now for $105.
Oh
Shipped.
shite. Well, guess I'm gonna have to sell it.
I mean,
It's like more purple though. It looks like a Laker shoe.
it did look like purple,
Oh, I
but the
don't
shoe
want
is
that.
called blue, something blue. So it has to be
Reject blue.
blue. Okay.
I don't want that then.
No, it's called something blue. On the Renard's website, it says on there, blah, 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 blue.
If it's blue, I would buy it. If it's purple,
He's
I
right,
don't.
though. It did look purple, but
It looks
but
purple.
but it's not. Unless it was in purple denims, because you say you copping those.
Yeah, anybody would have
6,000.
those drops. They might be more than $6,000. The only time I've ever seen those in my entire life was when you talked about them and then I looked them up. I had never seen those before Them joints are crazy.
Now you want denim shoes.
And let me get your green Air Max 1s. Huh?
What green Air Max one?
With the skulls on them.
What are you talking about?
I'll give you a Yeezy.
Which one?
I don't know. I might have another zebra somewhere.
I want to know when those Atmos are coming out that I sent you guys pictures of.
Oh yeah, them joints, them Currys.
See, the red ones looked like a GR to me. The yellow Currys are fire though.
I think them joints are fire.
Not Curry Under Armour.
I don't
Curry
like
Curry
seasoning, but them
Curry the
joints are
food.
Fire.
Curry.
I think that's it. That's coming out. Anything else? before
NBA
we call it
playoffs?
Dallas? NBA playoffs. Y'all been watching? Fire.
Philly in 5 games.
Philly is going to the finals.
The
told
Celtics
you
are going
that
to
already.
win a series without their 2 best players.
You didn't believe me.
Cavs look like they're going to hold off.
And you didn't believe me about Raptors either. Raptors.
What about them? Series
It's
tied
2-2.
2-2. What are you talking about?
Raptors.
I don't think you believe me about the Raptors when I said they're trash and untrustworthy. And
But
add
both
the-
of those teams are.
oh yeah,
The
Wizards
and the Raptors are the 2 most untrustworthy teams to be
both
in
of
the
them should be in
playoffs.
the college NIT.
They might find a way to tie the series.
The NIT.
They might find a way to both lose.
4-4. Series is 4-4, and they just shake. They just handshake and walk off. Get out of here with both those teams. Neither one of them deserve to win. First of all, the Wizards aren't good enough to advance. But the Raptors are better than the Wizards. But the Raptors are going to get washed by whoever they play, so it doesn't even matter. It doesn't matter. at
Nah,
all.
because they would get
Boston or Milwaukee, isn't it?
the Raptors are the 1 seed, so they would get the winner of 4-5.
Boston, Milwaukee.
Boston, Milwaukee.
That's a 4-5 series.
So yeah.
Oh no, I'm sorry.
No, because
they will get the winner of the Cavs.
Cavs, yeah.
Yes.
Oh.
The Boston Milwaukee series will play Philadelphia.
Yeah.
Cavs will beat both. Pacers probably beat both.
Cavs might not even win this series they're in.
They're gonna win
Cavs
it.
might.
They
not.
should, but what does that mean?
It's just gonna take them forever.
They're up.
Their roster is terrible. So.
They're up by 6 right now.
Trash.
4:38.
LeBron James is an impossible player to play basketball with. Like
I think that might be true.
because
He wants to
said,
do everything.
When you said about and just everybody when you just play sports growing up, whenever you mess up, you look at the coach like don't take me out the game. You just look. You throw a turnover, you look at the coach. They mess up. They literally look at LeBron like see if he's mad. They take J.R. Smith shot that trash.
Yeah,
three.
he don't care.
He looked at J.R. Smith.
he don't care.
LeBron just looked straight at him. J.R. Smith was trying to say something to him. LeBron was just like this. Straight ahead. You
I
can't play
think,
with
I think J.R. Smith is the only one he doesn't say anything to.
No.
Because J.R. Smith's a real one. He'll
He
get
didn't say
outside.
anything.
Yeah,
J.R.
he
Smith
said
didn't
because
care.
he's
And then the next
disgusted.
game, I'm sure he did something dumber.
Disgusted with him. All
That's
right.
right, too.
LeBron James, he doesn't say anything. To them 'cause
Literally
they're
took the
friends,
ball
man,
away from the best outlet passer in the NBA
and ran up the court.
and dribbled its entire 6 seconds off, and that's the best shot he got.
LeBron is too polarizing. He might be more polarizing than I don't want to say Jordan, but I don't know, man. It's something about playing basketball with him where you don't feel like
Comfortable.
You don't get better. Like he might make individual people better. Like he might make him better as a basketball player, but he doesn't make. I don't know. I can't say that either because if he went to any single team in the league, they go straight to the finals.
They don't have any talent on that team.
I don't think that's true anymore.
I don't know, man. He goes to Miami, they go to the finals. Any team that's in the playoffs now in the East, they go to the finals.
Miami's roster is worse than their roster.
Yeah, that's debatable. Dragic
it's
is
not.
at least Dragic is an all-star. White Horse, what's his name? I can't remember the name. He doesn't play anymore.
White Horse.
Tall man. He doesn't even play anymore.
Whiteside.
Is he
Whiteside.
Indian?
He plays no basketball anymore.
Yeah, people have been talking about him on Twitter for a couple weeks. They said he used to be good and he would start in the
Used to
playoffs.
be
He
great.
moved like an old lady.
He doesn't move at all. I think he's terrified of Embiid and all them. Like I think he's genuinely like, oh yeah, I just don't want no part of this. Just keep me on the bench.
My prediction would be Kawhi Leonard and LeBron James end up in the land of Los
Together?
Angeles.
I don't know about that, bro.
He thinks Kawhi is retiring. So
You heard it here first. Kawhi Leonard will retire in the summer. I guarantee.
why would he wait
it.
till the summer? The season's over for him already.
Because he's not gonna say nothing now.
Why?
Because it's too soon.
What?
It's
That
too
makes no
soon,
sense.
bro. They already got too much going on. Pop wife died. Shout out to Pop. Everybody loves Pop.
He
That
obviously
sucks,
doesn't respect any of them, so why would he care about that?
bro.
I heard that article was false, that he does not go weeks at a time
anything.
without talking to the truth.
Yeah, but you would. Anything's possible, though. You would believe it, though. I mean,
I would believe it because he's a weirdo.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Supreme weirdo. Me and you had that talk on the podcast
Bruh.
Mike, bro, I mean, what do you mean to do? Hello? It won't stay in.
Remember what Ty said?
Pause.
What did I say? I don't know. What that
Your arm is probably
Be
on the
gentle
thing.
with it.
Hello? Yeah. Yeah, Quiet is just an extreme weirdo, though. When I
can
heard
use this one.
when I be seeing people call him Quiet, I be rolling, dude. Especially when they say you don't talk to the team for an entire week. You know how hard it is to be on a team and sit in the locker room and not talk to anybody if you show up, man. And everybody just stare at you. That entire team is weird, though.
I was like Dennis Rodman said that in the
That not
entire
team.
year.
What do you mean, Spurs?
Or not
Yeah,
years.
they're weird. All weird people, though. Patty Mills, weird. They're not weird. Patty Mills is weird. And Joseph,
do we
Joseph
even know anything about Mills? Do we know enough to say
from
he's
Australia.
weird?
He's seen a little weird, though.
That's all you
He's
need
from
to
Australia.
know. But Patty Mills does seem a little weird. You know who
mean,
Patty Mills reminds me of?
Gasol is
koala
normal.
Gasol's normal. He played in LA for a while. He
Ginobili's normal.
LaMarcus Aldridge is a little sensitive, but he might be normal.
Yeah, he's just over the
Ginobili's
top.
good.
He got a big nose.
Tony Parker.
Tony Parker's normal.
Normal. He's all right.
They're all normal. What are
I
you
feel like
talking about?
Ginobili might be a little weird.
Except Kawhi.
Parker is a...
And Aldridge is a little off, but he's not weird.
If you never get an edge up and you're a black guy, you a little
He's
weird.
French.
But it don't matter, bro.
It
Aldridge?
matters.
Edge ups are universal.
Are you talking about Aldridge or Parker? You're talking about Parker. Yeah,
Never
he's-
gets an edge up. No.
That's not universal.
edge up is universal.
No, it's not.
For African Americans, it is.
So if you
African
go,
Frenchmen, it is
if
as
you
well.
go to Zimbabwe, you think it's getting the edge ups?
That's different, though. They don't got the quality of living is
Technology.
different. Quality of living is different. Man. See, now in the mainland, like Johannesburg and in the main cities, oh yeah, they getting edge ups, man. They're getting edge ups. These are facts. If you don't get an edge up, first of all, two things. If you don't get an edge up and if your hair go to a point like that devil mark, nope, you're a weird person. No. Sorry.
Tim Duncan was a weird person.
Facts. Tell me he's not weird.
David Robinson was a little weird.
But weird how? Because he like dresses like his 1996
Let's put it
still
this
for his
way.
entire career.
When I was saying Kawhi was a weirdo, you was like, you weren't
Nah.
You weren't on board with
That's
it.
bogus.
You weren't on board with it.
How long ago was this?
This was at your house with me. You did that podcast episode when I trashed every Jordan Brand person. And I said, Kawhi's a weirdo. I went through every LaMarcus Aldridge.
go listen to that.
I went through all of them. The audio was awful in that one. It was on them wood floors. It was echoey like crazy. What else?
We didn't have
Anything
any evidence that he was a weirdo.
Oh, bullshit. He's always been a weirdo.
Nah, we had evidence on Derrick Rose. We didn't have evidence on
Derrick Rose is a supreme weirdo.
Although he's been balling, fam.
All right, I'm not going.
been-
That,
Thibodeau.
Say he hasn't been balling.
I'm not going that far.
Say he hasn't been balling. Say it.
I'm not going that
He's
far.
better than Jeff Teague.
Dibs got him.
But that's not saying much.
I don't care. He's better than a starting point guard. Utah, Thunder, trash. Melo, trash. And you know what?
Now I said that years ago, probably the first episode.
Westbrook is the new Stephon Marbury.
Which means what?
He might be the greatest individual player in the NBA, but he sucks at team basketball.
Yeah, he's. See, it's hard to say someone sucks at team basketball when you average a triple-double. But the triple-double doesn't necessarily mean you're playing great team basketball.
No.
He takes some of the worst shots I have ever seen on a basketball court. Him, Paul George, and the fact that they out there trying to scrap people in Utah is just. I mean, you literally got Oklahoma
Romney.
City and Utah having the best physical series in basketball. And you got like Philly and Miami was pretty good, but I mean, bro, Utah is washing.
You see
Mitchell.
You see Goran Dragic slapping
Yeah, but
someone outside the back of the
Slapped him in the, no, yeah.
I told
slapped
you
what's
what
his name in the
Utah was
back.
gonna wash him. I called that one.
I don't even remember. I'm not gonna say you did. I'm not gonna say you didn't. But Utah. But yeah, I did see Goran Dragic slap Ben Simmons in the back of
upside
the
the back of the head.
Slapped him, dude, all 5 fingers and the palm.
All right.
He did. And Ben Simmons, baller, but he's a little weird too.
Goran
though.
Dragic will get turned inside out.
I don't know, bro. You got international ties.
Yeah.
Ben Simmons' international ties is Australia too.
He would get turned inside out.
All they got is weird bugs. That's facts.
Huge bugs.
I would never ever go to Australia just because of the bugs, unless I just somehow ended up there stranded.
Yeah, stranded in Australia.
What else? Anything else before we call Dallas?
We got to talk about Kanye. I just don't know if you want to wait till we
We'll
get.
talk about with him.
All right.
All right, you wanna call him?
Let's call him. Don't broadcast his phone number for the world to hear.
Oh yeah, what's up?
It's a Nets. What's going on?
What's going on, Dallas? How you doing?
I'm chilling, brother. I'm chilling. Man, that was kind of crazy, right?
Yeah, it kept saying like your number is high volume calls, enter some 2-digit numbers and stuff like that. I'm like, yo, this ain't working out for us.
Yo, net neutrality. That's that net neutrality right there, man.
So everybody,
You know, not letting us flourish.
You right. So everybody, we got the super homie. We got Dallas Penn on the podcast today. I mean, this is somebody, like we say, there's a lot of people out here when you talk about sneakers and culture and things like that who are basically new to the game. But Dallas is somebody who, to me, opinion matters. When it comes to anything. I first got introduced to Dallas on, obviously, Combat Jack. Rest in peace, Combat Jack. Just absolute legend, super duper funny guy. And, so I'm glad you're able to come on with us and have a talk.
Oh, yeah, no doubt. I appreciate it. I'm honored that y'all want to hear an old dude talk, man. Like, sometimes you just want to say these old dudes, man, shut the F up, man.
Nah. Oh, you can curse
old
on here.
Dudes,
you good.
Man.
Yeah, we ain't on cable.
You can curse on here.
All right, bet.
So, but hey, man, we're to a lot of people in the sneaker community, we're the old dudes as well. So we're not young at all. So
that's what's up.
Young at heart.
Yeah, but just start.
Except
off,
me, who you continuously,
old as fuck.
tell me how 80 years old or whatever your running joke is.
Just right off the jump, like I said, Dallas is somebody whose opinion has mattered. I mean, you're one of the what I consider one of the early original internet personalities, as far as like bringing like sneakers to like, the masses. So, just from right off jump, how did you become introduced, to sneakers and get started in the whole internet personality gig?
Well, I mean, I've always loved kicks. I mean, since I could buy them with my own money, even before I could buy them with my own money. But I mean, I mean, you're talking about a guy who's gonna be 48 this year, and I've been buying my joints since I was 13 with my own bread. So I mean, just what's the math on that? 35 years of anguishing over do I got enough money to cop this shoe, or where can I catch a deal on kicks? And I mean, just all that love is I still have that love, to be honest with you, even with everything that goes on with releases and retros and new styles that drop. I'm still excited to walk into a Foot Locker or to find a little mom and pop shop that still has good deals, and put a shoe up. I always tell people, like, when you really love sneakers, you got to put it in your hand and imagine how it's going to feel on your foot. You got to smell that shoe. You got to smell it, whether it's leather or synthetic material. You got to, and honestly, when the smell is good, then I'm like, okay, I can consider this shoe. If it smells off, if it smells too chemically or if it's just off, then I'm like, I don't even know if I really want to mess with this.
So your cop's based off smell?
I mean, smell is part of it. Smell,
Right.
look, feel, emotion. You got to include that also, especially, at this stage of the game when so many styles get retro and you remember a particular style, like, oh, I always wanted that pair, or man, when I had that pair when it first dropped, I was killing them. And so, I mean, all the factors that go into copying a shoe, I don't give one too much weight. I put weight in all of these different things.
Do you have to still work to get shoes, or?
Oh, absolutely.
Oh,
Absolutely.
okay.
Absolutely.
So you're not out
Absolutely.
here.
I mean, no, I'm not on any list. I did have a short run. of getting J's, and getting some Nike product. And, but the crazy thing about the list, when you talk about people who are on the list, is that as quick as it comes to you, that's as quick as it goes.
So
So if you're not doing the numbers that the marketers think is crazy or whatever, if you're just not the flavor of the month, then boom, you don't get that box at your door no more. That's fine. It didn't stop me from loving kicks though.
Oh, of course.
I mean, I think that's kind of the thing we've heard from all the folks we've talked to who either still get seated or got seated at one point. They still are buying on their own or still have to try to buy. So it never stops. You know what I mean?
No. I mean, I tried to quit, and they rehired me back.
So as one thing that, watching like Alice, obviously your videos and stuff like that, there's one thing that is for certain is that you definitely have your own personality and unique style, And we've had Premium Pete on here, and we've had like Rich Mays, we've had a couple people on here, who represents, New York, to the fullest. And how and what way did like New York shape your entire mindset on fashion and sneakers and everything?
Man, well, I would say just growing up in the city, growing up in any like urban center, it's just all the people and all the people with their individual styles. And you get your eyes get filled up with just seeing so many people that you develop your own sense of style. And you say, oh man, I like how that outfit came out, that person was rocking, or, person had on a pair of shoes and they just look crazy. I got to tell you something. There are times, even to this day, like I'll see a pair of shoes that I might want, and if somebody is wearing them and they're tied too tight or they just don't look right on their feet, I don't want that shoe no more.
I will say that's a definite fact. I mean, the Instagram and stuff like that, they have, a way to influence on you on what you cop and what you buy. Because me and Ryan, Ryan on the show with me, if there's a shoe that we're on the fence about, if you see somebody rocking it correctly, it can make it look way better. But all it does is take one person to lay their jeans in correctly or have that joint tied up way too tight, and they look disgusting.
When someone got them joints tied so tight that the lace stays is overlapping each other, oh man, I'm just like, I don't want that shoe no more. That's what that shoe really looks like. But I mean, just growing up in I would say that anyone who grew up in an urban center, and you are confronted with so many people on the regular, on the daily, and so many different styles, it's exciting to you. And I mean, things in our lives are so different now where we know when shoes are coming out, but there was times when, as a kid, you didn't know a shoe was coming out, and then you saw somebody with it and you was like, oh snap. And I was always unafraid to ask somebody, oh snap, those are dope. Where'd you get those? And sometimes people would tell me, sometimes people would be like, yo, I got these from Canada or Europe or something. Sometimes someone would give you a bad lead, but people would often tell me, and I would travel the city.
That used to be like a big thing growing up.
Yeah, I think it might be more so a NYC thing than anywhere else, because I grew up in LA, and really you didn't have the people try to keep their spots a secret type thing. You know what I mean? And it probably goes back to there just weren't as many places. And you had mentioned earlier something about like little mom and pops. Can you still find those in the city?
Yeah, there's still a handful of them in certain neighborhoods. Certain neighborhoods can support a mom and pop shop simply because, I mean, New York is cosmopolitan as it is, and as gentrified it is, it's still very regional, very provincial. So there's still some kids that don't really come out of East New York, or don't really come out of a South Bronx neighborhood.
Right.
So there's still pockets of people who don't really come out of their neighborhood, and a little mom and pop shop can support them. I mean, mom and pop shops. I mean, listen. Of course, everybody's feeling it right now, simply because of the cost of doing business with the big companies.
Right.
Particularly Nike. I mean, guys have to buy so much, online stuff that it's like, online product that, I mean, it's like, all kids want are J's. All kids want are specific shoes.
Right.
J's, foams. Air Maxes have kind of cracked the code a bit. But I wouldn't say with like when I see these young kids going to school, I don't see them in Yeezys too tough even. I see them in shell toes.
Right.
I see them in some other Adidas product. No Stan Smiths though, which is, or Rod Lavers, which I feel like is kind of, the love of a tennis shoe is kind of lost right now on our generation. Yes, runners are coming back in, and that's dope, but tennis shoe is the original, the OG luxury sneaker.
And see, that's kind of like what you're saying, like about the love of the sneakers is like, I don't even know if any of us have time to really have that connection, or I mean, even as crazy as it sounds, have that emotion or connection to a sneaker anymore, because it's the mindset, like if you miss out or if you cop, there's already something else coming out the next week.
Yeah.
You don't even have time.
Mm-hmm.
You don't even got time to appreciate what you caught. I mean, like you said, growing up, if you copped a pair of Jordans, you wore them joints, I mean, forever. All right. And you were hoping that you could save up, or you convince your family to buy you the next colorway and things like that. It's so many pairs dropping now, I can't even enjoy my pair. It doesn't get worn. It doesn't get worn at all. And it's not even my choice.
That's rough. That's rough. That's rough. But I got to tell you something. I mean, in all honesty, when I could buy shoes with my own money, I wasn't wearing them out of the store. I was copping, and I was still sitting on a pair for a special event to bust it out. So, I mean, from the time I was 13, I'm sitting on a pair like, oh, I'm going to wear this back to school. Or I'm going to wear this. Like everybody wore their sneakers the first week back to school. September, everybody wore their sneakers then. Or whenever school started again, August, September. I would save my joints for Columbus Day, after you got back from Columbus Day. Because everybody had shot their shot already. Everybody had already, you had already seen everybody's shoes. So then at Columbus Day, boom, I came out with my joints. Plus then it also gave me an opportunity to see what cats were rocking, too. Because you always got to have that next, I mean, especially in high school, you always got to have that, nah, you ain't up on these. You always got to have that kind of, that flavor, that kind of sauce. So I wait till we got back from Columbus Day. Boom. Then I'm dropping mine.
And see, when we talked about, when you brought up about, like, people keeping where they cop from, wherever I came, like, I remember the big thing was to say, if you came through wearing something that nobody has seen before, or they don't know where it's out yet, the big thing to say is, yo, I got these from New York. That was a big thing from where I grew up. Like, kids would always be like, yo, I got them from New York. You can't get these here. Like, that was just the way to do it, because New York, and I don't even know, and asking you now, is New York still considered the hub of, like, fly? Like, is this still, like, the New Yorkers still considered fly? Like, I feel like everyone's caught up.
I mean, to a degree, but I peeped something that was interesting. A couple years ago, I found myself in London, like the second time, and I had been to London in 2001, so this was like 15 years later. In 2016, I'm back there, and sneaker shopping in London 15 years later was totally different, and our world, because of social media, had flattened out. And not even flattened out, it had become concave, in the sense that what's popping in Tokyo is being viewed by people in London, people in New York, people in Miami, people in LA, people in Cleveland, all over the world. And because of the internets, wherever something is dropping, you figure a way to make a connection with someone in that locale to get that for you. So we've kind of homogenized, if that's even the right term. I think it is. We've homogenized style, so it doesn't really belong to any real place any longer. The only way you can get a specific region style is to go back to style 15, 20 years ago. But currently, I can't tell you. I used to be able to walk around the city and tell you if a cat was from Brooklyn, if he was from Queens, if he was from Harlem, if he was from the Bronx, if he was from Staten Island. I could tell you that by the way they presented themselves, by the way they put their fit together.
Right.
I can't do that any longer. I can't even tell you if somebody's from L.A. or Miami or Houston.
I buy that, but I buy that as far as like living in the city. But I think as when you go further out, like for example, we're in Arizona. Timbs don't really get worn here. Foam posits maybe kind of, sort of, but not really. You know what I mean? Like you still have in New York City a Timberland thing, and people, either tucking their jeans into the Timbs or wearing it on top of the Timbs or whatever, the phone posit thing in DC or whatever. So I think certain things like that still exist, but I definitely buy what you're saying about the different boroughs or whatever, because I visited New York City a couple times recently, and you're right. Outside of maybe the traditional summer outfit, camo cargo shorts and a white T-shirt in New York City, everybody looks the same.
Yeah. But I would tell you that everybody looks the same across the board. When I was running around with the folks from SneakerCon and doing dates with them and doing cities with them, right here domestically, I saw this homogenization of style. All right, where everybody was presenting themselves the same. I mean, albeit most of the people that are attending the show were, from like 14 to 18 years old anyway. Right. So teenagers kind of, you got to get into that sweet spot between, I feel like, 18 to 28 to really have style. To 18 and beyond, because at in your teen years, you're still trying to figure out how you're going to present yourself anyhow, and you're still super influenced. By the time you get out of that stage, you're more confident in your own style and doing your own thing.
See, I feel
so you're not guided so much by your peers or peer pressure any longer. Now you kind of know how you want to, what your flavor is. But man,
yeah, no, like
I said.
I'm sorry, keep going.
No, you go.
No, I was saying, like, I think nowadays it's a little easier to dress as long as you got some sneakers that are desired by everybody. When you see the person that's just doing way too much, because you do see the person that got on the Supreme shirt with the off-white jeans and the Yeezys and a Don C hat, like, they're doing way too much. But I do see, like, the basics coming back. You'll see a plain T-shirt, and everything is way more fitted than it used to be, obviously. But I feel like it's easier to dress as long as you have something that's desired on your feet. Sneakers for us back in the day used to bring the outfit together. You don't have to have a fire fit nowadays to be considered, quote-unquote, doing it or fire or whatever cats are saying right now.
That's a shame. That's a goddamn shame.
It really is.
Just a pair of sneakers can allow you the access of being put together, of being fresh. That's horrible. We need to stop that. We need to be like, nah, fuck that. That dude is corny.
Well, see, that's what
his sneakers are fresh, but his fit is corny.
Yeah, see, Premium P had said that when we had talked to him on our show. He had said that it's become like, you're able to get yourself a pair of Yeezys or a Supreme jacket or, something Supreme. That is your key to enter the culture. That is like, hey, guys, I'm in. I got a Supreme shirt. I got a pair of Yeezys. Like, I'm one of you now, And that is kind of like a sad thing, So even going to like, one of the main things we wanted to talk to you about, because, you were quoted in that Complex article about the gentrification of the sneaker community, and you had made the point of that it's like being colonized, and things like that. So I kind of wanted to get, as far as, I mean, from what you were saying, is it ruined to you, or is it just something we just got to deal with? Or
I don't think it was necessarily him saying
it's something that we have to deal with. It's something that we have to deal with. For me, it's not ruined, simply because, I mean, for me, the culture is also what I make of it. So, I choose to wait on a line, if that's what I have to do to acquire a pair of shoes. Sometimes I will pass. Man, listen, I'll camp out too if I have to, depending on, whatever it takes for me to acquire a shoe that I want or an item that I want. And I mean, that's kind of where we're at right now. But I did say that the culture is been colonized, and that's simply for the fact that again, somebody has access to buying their way into a thing. They're not really of it, but they bought their way into it. And
do you feel
for
like,
me, and I'm sure for you guys, the legwork that you had to put in to acquire things was also what made it valuable.
But see,
finding out where something was available.
See, and I think that I just think it's different now. And I think I read the article and then I talked a lot to Teddy about it. And the point that he brought up to me was an interesting one that I've never thought of, is that we're considered in this sneaker culture, but then underneath that, it splits into several subcultures. You have OGs that grew up with Adidas and Jordans and things like that, but then you have the hype beasts and the new wave of like those kids that are into Yeezys and Bape and Supreme. And so I think everybody has kind of their own subculture and their own lane. And I do agree with you that there is a lot more of buying their way into the culture, but I also think that they look at things differently than the way that maybe you and I and Greg and George look at it, having come up in a different era and, appreciating like how we got into it. But I guess it's just two different views of like we don't have to accept them as OGs or what we are or make them, not part of our club because they didn't have to go to JCPenney's to get a pair of Jordan 11s on sale or whatever the case may be, or mom and pop shop. But so I think it's just all different. Like it's just the evolution.
I agree. It's different. Let's hold back on the word evolution, but it's different. It's just different. Just different, and times change. I mean, one thing I will say also is that just the consumption and production level right now that we're at, where my man is saying, hey, listen, sneakers are dropped. So Jordan brand product is dropped so often through the year. I mean, I come from a time when you got two Jordan, maybe three. You got three pairs a year.
You get like a home and away and a playoff.
You got three colorways.
Yeah, home, away, and playoff.
You got home, away, and all-star. You got home, away, and some kind of off kooky color, right? You got the white, the black, and something else.
Yep.
I mean, I actually come from a time when you just got the white and the black.
Yep.
And if you were the kid or growing up who had the white and the black pair, you was considered privileged. All right.
Right. You like what?
Yeah.
Seriously. I mean, it's dizzying at this point right now. And what I imagine is going to have to happen is the hype that's centered around these things will hop to something else.
So
what's next? I'm not sure.
So I have a question for you, because this is something that I've always thought about when I think about what the sneakers that come out now will mean to like the kids that are buying them when they get to be our age. Because Greg and I, our favorite shoe of all time is the black infrared and the white infrared Jordan 6. But there was only a black infrared and white infrared Jordan 6. There wasn't an All-Star, an Easter, a Veterans Day, a Christmas, a Valentine's Day.
Right.
So
a Chinese New Year.
Yeah. So
right.
So when these we'll use like a Kobe 8 or a LeBron 10 for example. There's I don't know 40 colorways of each. So So when they do go to retro these things, when these things come back out in 5, 6, 7, 8 years from now, do you think that they'll have the same sentiment to the kids that were buying these things based on a colorway? Like we only had 2 to choose from. If you have 40 to choose from and they only bring 1 back, does that diminish the nostalgic value of that sneaker?
I'm sure it will somehow, but here's what I would tell you that a company is probably going to do. They're probably going to look at their production and say, hey, here's the shoe in this model that sold the most at first retail. You know, here's the one that we ended up having to take back from retailers and then put into our outlets. And they'll find the one that sold the most at first retail, and they'll put that one back out
and cut production in half.
So at least, yeah, I mean, they'll figure a way to kind of maximize. But you're right. You're totally right. There's just too much product to me to get that groundswell of nostalgic fever.
Yes.
Like, first of all, I love the Sixes. The Sixes are my favorite sneaker. Well, Jordan sneaker. I mean, I love some tennis shoes too. But anyhow, love the Sixes. And the black infrared six, that is just like I have 3 pairs from that last release.
Right.
And I swear I could have another pair. I could go cop another. Just to have, just to smell, just to hold.
Right.
Love that shoe to death. But it's somebody who's 18 years old, even 24 years old now, and a fan of the LeBron 10, the LeBron 8. LeBron 8 was a dope shoe.
Yeah.
Right. They just had too many colorways for to really have one solid shoe. I guess you would have to look at the South Beach.
Yeah.
As that shoe for that model to say, all right, boom, this is the one we're going to have to reproduce.
But see, that's the problem with, I think, when it comes to sneakers now, is the fact that everybody is selective on which ones, and it's obviously the companies that know what they're doing as well, but we get too selective on which colorway is the one. Like, this one is the absolute most fire. It's like the LeBrons now. LeBron 15s, I'm talking, are a phenomenal built sneaker. Their quality, they look good. They're not easy to wear, but this is a really good looking basketball shoe that hasn't been produced a long time from Nike. But they're all still sitting on the shelves.
Yes.
The Kith and the Ghost colorway, those flew. You know, like, it's like they choose, like, oh no, this is the one I must have. I must have this Kith version of the 15. But the multicolored one or whatever other versions that are just in the regular House of Hoops, nah, those are sick. And I'll be honest with you, I'm the same way as well. Like, I got actually low-key scolded, by DJ Clark Kent.
It wasn't low-key.
Okay, well, Clark Kent kind of got upset. He got a little upset at the fact that I said, oh, when it comes out, if it's going to sit, I'm not paying retail. I'm waiting for it to go to the outlet. He told me I really didn't want it then. Like, and it's just about being smart in that aspect. Like, it's a game that's being played within the game. Like, hey, we've been in the game for so long, we can look at a sneaker that's going to release and we all can say, oh, that's going to sit. I'll wait for it to go to the outlet.
Yeah.
We all know that now.
I'll save my $70-$80 and buy it in a week.
That's a fact.
Well, the other thing too is also, it's not that I don't want a shoe per se, but the truth is, I'm sitting on several hundred pairs of sneakers.
I don't have to have it today.
Right. Yeah. I don't have to have another pair of sneakers ever.
Yeah.
Technically, you don't, but you have to.
Technically.
Yes. Technically.
I will. I'm sure I will.
We're addicted.
Sure I will. But right. So we've gone past the point of having to have something. Now we're at the point where, okay, oh man, do I want to put this into my archive? Do I want to put this kind of into my whole program? And when you've got a certain amount, you can say, all right, you know what? Hey, listen, I don't mind getting this for less, especially with what shoes cost now anyway.
Yes, that's true.
And I mean, they already pulled the price point down on the LeBron signature shoe. It had been higher. I mean, what's it hitting at now? 175 first retail.
I think 170.
I think.
And it was up to at 200? 200 for the 10.
It was at 200, and then for the elites could hit like
250.
250.
Yes.
Yeah.
And when the very first LeBron came out, very first LeBron was 125. So we're at 200.
Right. So I mean, they're pulling back on their first retail simply because people were like, nah. Talking about LeBron's, I've been a big fan of his shoes since the 11. The 11, well, I like this 10 Elite I got, but the 11 I really, really warmed up to. Love that insole, that full Max Air insole, and I got a gang of 11s. and I want to mess with that 14. I don't have any 14s, so I still want to go and find a 14. But
Those are 14s.
There's just so many colors dropping. Like man, listen, I'm like you guys. I'm waiting for them to hit in a Marshalls.
Right.
Because they're gonna hit a Marshall.
Yeah, definitely.
Or like we got 4 Nike outlets out here? Three Nike outlets?
So no, 4. I think it's maybe 3.
4.
Is it 4? Yeah,
4.
4.
Yeah. So I just go around. I go to the outlet and see if they got a LeBron sitting there.
It's funny what Ryan said about because the younger generation of sneakerheads, quote unquote, us OGs, we have our moments of anger where we do get upset at what's taking place, and it's sort of like Ryan had said about the different fractions. It's almost like gang mentality. It's like we're the OGs, and we made this. We made having these sneakers and having this style. We made it what it is. But then the little new gangs, they break off, and the little factions, like they just break off, and now you got the hype beast, and then you got the ones who like I only wear Boost, and then you got the ones that like I only wear swoosh, and then you got the ones that I only cop Supreme, and then us OGs are somewhere in the middle because we dabble in it all. But once it becomes difficult for us who started this entire movement, it becomes nauseating. It becomes to a point of like reading the article, like it's almost an elitist culture now. Like,
well, it's not, and you sound. I mean, we would be elitist for us saying, "Hey, listen, y'all are not doing it the way we do it."
Yes,
and we started it. Hey, listen, I've been buying shoes for 35 years, and I didn't start it.
Right.
And there was somebody that was a father to my style. So I think the veteran collector has to kind of loosen up on the proprietary vibe that they feel like, oh, this is my thing, and understand that like we said earlier, hey, it's just different right now.
Yeah.
I mean, I do anguish the fact that people are so didactic, like oh, they only wear J's, or they only wear Boost, or that they could do that, because to me that's you're not really a sneakerhead then.
No,
if you only wear J's, you're a Jordan head.
Yeah, you're a Jordan head. Yeah. These guys gave me a hard time last week about Feelers.
I mean,
if you only wear a certain brand and a certain shoe, then that's you can't call yourself a sneakerhead. You're a sneakerhead when you got. Man, I mean, I have everything.
Right.
I have everything that just titillates me. That just gets me hype.
Mm-hmm.
Indoor soccer shoes. When I want that, like when I want that Euro foot silhouette.
Sambas.
You know what I mean?
Right.
Exactly.
See, and when I feel like, because I will say, like, you brought up how you used to tour with SneakerCon, and every once in a while when we go to a SneakerCon event, actually when it's locally or just any sneaker event that's local to our state, you can easily see that at our age you just kind of really don't belong there, but it's something that we're a part of. So we go, we entertain it, and we go specifically to look for sneakers and things like that, but you do feel a sense of like, gosh, like look at the crowd nowadays. And when I had brought up the part about being elitist, it got to a point to where it almost felt like if you're not here with a Yeezy or some type of Boost, I don't know if I accept you. Like, it felt like that at a certain point. Like, it felt like that at certain times. Like, if you don't got an Off-White T-shirt, or if you ain't got a Supreme T-shirt or something, you don't fit in here,
That's a function of most of the attendees of the cons being like teenagers, and the kind of herd mentality that you have as a teenager.
Right.
That's just kind of a function of the age of the attendees of most cons. When sneaker conventions first cracked off, I go to them up here in New York, I go to them in Atlanta. Man, people would come out with all type of shoes, and it'd be dope and it'd be fun because you could just, again, like I said, being a sneakerhead, you could you could just catch something ill, something crazy, and not only that, but also catch a vibe with somebody who who liked a rare New Balance or just something that you thought was so specific to you that it's like, oh, dope to meet somebody else who messes with this shoe. Now, I mean, everybody wants the same shoe. So, again, but I mean, listen, if that's what the kids are into, that's cool.
Right. More
Jordan 6 Chinese New Year's pairs for me. Okay.
Yeah, I mean, we do go to events, or when I go to events, I try my best to find something in my closet that like I won't expect to see. I will never wear a Yeezy or anything to an event because I know I'm going to see it. So I'll bring out.
I mean, more.
It was at one point to where, Asics and New Balance had got really big. I think it's always been big on the East Coast, but it wasn't that big as far as I could think on the West Coast. Like there was a point in time where we were copping ASIC Gel Light 5s and Gel Light 3s and 999s, 998s, 997s, all that like religiously. And now we can go. We went to the sneaker con when it came out here, and Ryan was wearing. You were wearing just a Flyknit trainer, and I was wearing
Flyknit Racer, the goddess.
Flyknit Racer, and I was wearing Salmon Toe Gel Light 3 5s.
But I got those now.
And it wasn't nobody in there with them. Like. Not even, and there was a ton of people in there, but like not even one. You know what I mean?
But not even just not the shoes we were wearing. There was not another Flyknit trainer or another Gel Light 3 in the entire building.
Yeah, I was like the only ASIC sneaker in the building. And it's hard. It's rare to see that type of stuff nowadays.
I mean,
that's a function of the age of the cons attendees, and really just like the herd mentality of young people, of super young people. They're in a herd mentality. So yeah, really. I mean, but it takes them time. It took you guys time. It took me time to kind of break out of that.
Yeah.
I mean, I can't front though. I was always kind of ill with my shit. I can't front.
All right.
but that was really a function of me just trying to see how I could come up, how I could find something that was dope for less. So I mean, that was kind of my motivations. As a young dude running around trying to find sneakers. Like I wanted to find something that was just ill and I didn't have to spend the most bread for it, like, because Adidas and Puma were like super expensive. So like, K-Swiss was like not really regarded. But it was clean. A classic K-Swiss, white on white, man. Listen, you can't, again, tennis shoe, but clean. You can't beat a white on white sneaker. Woo. Full grain leather. So
and see, like, did you ever jump on the Boost wave or Yeezys or anything like that? I can't say I've ever seen anything with you on my IG or anything.
Yeah, I have a pair of NMD Boosts, and I just haven't even put them on. I'm happy in my Vapor Max. I'm happy in my New Balance.
Right.
So I never really, and I felt like I didn't feel the marketing for Boost. I shouldn't be so anti. I should put these things on my feet, right?
No,
you should do Ultra Boost.
No, well, I mean, obviously, we talk about all that stuff up here. We've talked about Boost in general. We were discussing before we started the show today. How, like you said, Air Max has right now the cheat code. Like, for some odd reason, Air Maxes are highly desired. I was buying 97s and stuff off eBay for like $44 and stuff. Now you have to work your hardest to get a 97. Like, you can't just move on stuff like you used to. And I don't understand how that wave shifts like that,
Marketing.
Yeah, good question. It is all marketing, but good question. How all of a sudden a shoe that was just like slept on or not really regarded, or really just a little special neat shoe becomes like the shoe of the day, the shoe de rigueur for cool kids to rock. I can't call it. I can't personally call it, but it's fun for me because then I'm like, oh man. No one's messing with this shoe, and then all of a sudden it's like, wait a minute, sold out? What happened here? Oh, okay, I gotta find something else now.
Yes.
You know, and I like the challenge of trying to figure out what I can find that I enjoy, that I like, either that I got for less or that I just, that I was just able to flip and get fresh with. You know, so there's I still find challenges in the climate, and I try not to get frustrated with it. I try not to get frustrated with limited releases.
Right.
Simply because I say to myself, man, why does a shoe company or why does a clothing company only make a few pieces? Like, why? Your job is to sell shoes, not to make things that people don't even wear, that people don't want to wear. Although I do have a pair of Tianjin foam posits, and I don't plan on wearing them.
So you got to bring those out, man.
I know. I keep saying I'm gonna put on an ill Shogun samurai outfit when I wear them, but then I'll be like, I look at them and they're so beautiful, and then I just put them back in the box, bro.
And see that, like I used to be. It had got to the point too where it was like I was waiting for like, yo, when this happens, then I'll wear these, and I'll never wear them. Like I would never wear them, waiting for that particular moment, because even when something special cracked off, I might not even be in the mood to rock that.
I might have been wearing something else that I got that was special. Yeah. I've come to the realization that I'm not going to wear these Tangent foam posits, and I'm not going to wear these Galaxy foam posits. I'm not going to wear them. I'm sorry. I apologize. I love these joints. I take them out periodically. I look at them. I touch them. I smell them, and then I put them back away.
My God, there's been so many times that I've been like, oh, I'm going on vacation. I got to cop new shoes. I'm going to LA. I'm going to Vegas. I'm going to whatever. And then I'll buy like 10 pairs of shoes to take on a 2-day trip, and then just 8 pairs of shoes sit there stacked up in the room while I take 2 with me. Or I just wear something I've already had for years, because I'm like, I'll take those.
Like I'll say, like you said, the Vapor Max. I think my Vapor Max is toast. I've worn that so many times. Like, and you just find that fit that just works for you on an every single day basis, no matter what you're doing.
I get sick when I find one of those. It's like that drives me sick too, because sometimes I find that fit, and it's with a shoe that I haven't worn. I bought maybe a year or 2 ago, so I don't even really have the chance to buy a couple more pairs, because I'm like, oh, I love the fit of this shoe so much, or it just goes with my program so dope. So that I anguish over that too, man. Sometimes, man, you put something on, man, that you've just been sleeping on. I put on a pair of New Balance 999s I've been sleeping on, and the fit on them was dope, and just the color was fire. And I was like, shit, I went and bought these. I knew the spot I bought them from on clearance, and I could have bought another pair. And now I'm like, so I'm going on eBay looking for them, and none of my size, and I'm like, and then I'm depressed.
Yep.
You see?
That's happened.
Because I should have bought 2 pair. I should have bought 2 pair.
Yeah, that always happens. That's why when I just bought the Mind Blowns, the feelers that just dropped, last week, I had bought 2, and I'm sitting there and I'm like, you know what? I gotta go back and buy 2 more, because I was like, if these all sell out, I'm gonna be upset, So I was like, I can't let this moment pass, because of, I don't put in that legwork anymore to get what I want,
And then today they put a 50% off code on all of them.
And when I buy sneakers now in Arizona, we don't have as many places like New York. So we have like 5. You got your local malls that have your Foot Lockers, House of Hoops, and then there might be, we have one Undefeated. You have like 1 or 2 boutiques out here, and then your malls. So, and out here in Arizona, it's, you do the raffles there, you do whatever you can there, you don't win there, your hope is online,
Sneaker app.
So then you're on the Nike Sneakers app, and you're on signing up for online raffles, and you're signing up for online raffles in other countries. I mean, I'm sitting there signing up for an online raffle for an end in what? London?
UK.
In UK.
Yeah,
I'm thinking,
UK,
I'm thinking to myself, if I'm in UK, I'm heated. I got to compete against everybody around the world now,
Right. Yep. Basically.
Did you?
Yeah, I mean, but this is the game now. What are you going to do? You're going to quit the game because it's,
You don't
because
have to play the game.
manufacturer doesn't make enough shoes for me to just walk out the door and then. No, I mean I'm not. What you're gonna have to do too sometimes is say, hey, you know what? Let me see what else I like. Let me see what else I like. What else fits with my program? What else I could F's with?
I see that
because social media is difficult. Social media makes it tough.
That's why I was so happy about the Fila's retroing, because it's a specific style that's in now, but I can't get Wave Runners and I can't get these other of this specific style now, but I can get these. And they're a classic retro that I had growing up, you know? So it's kind of like, you know what? I'm going to get this same style and I'm going to flourish in it. At that point in time, we were buying 97s and 98s and stuff on eBay for $40. Everybody was buying all the 90s and, you know, whatever else. So like when A6 and all that stuff was flourishing. So then it's like, well, since you guys are off that Air Max wave, I'm going to be on eBay and cop like 4 pairs for like, you know, $180. And, you know, they might not get the looks now, but now I'm stacked with 97s at my house, you know, that everybody passed on, and because they were too busy buying other stuff. So
nice. Well, I mean, listen, that was dope how you spotted that wave, and you didn't really spot it as a wave. It was a shoe that you fucked with and you liked,
right?
And now the masses are coming around to it. All right, so don't be mad at the masses now for getting up on something that you already knew was dope. You're gonna grab something else. Now what's gonna happen is Fila, in another few months, Fila is gonna be the hottest shoe of the summer. And you're gonna be like, "Phew,
watch.
Good. Glad I caught my Filas in time because now Fila's gonna be selling out for the fall."
I guarantee. I 100% believe that. It's a way. What? They're shaking their heads in here. I agree with you. Stuff like that switches. People are actually waiting for those Pumas that come out this week. They look like the dad shoe Puma things.
Who's gonna wear the Fila that's gonna make people care about it?
Now, I'll be honest with you. I just said that to kind of make you feel good.
Man, chill.
Fila.
Is it Meek Mill signing Fila?
Don't do that.
I don't think so.
That's why he got out
only Fila,
for the release.
Only Fila I would cop.
Yeah.
Excuse me.
The release for the release.
To get an ill Corinthian leather T1, the original tennis shoe, cream on cream.
I mean, that's
a real sexy Italian leather joint. Not none of this cornball shit. I'll spend $150 to $200 on a beautiful leather tennis shoe, Fila T1, but they're not interested in doing that. But I would fuck with that heavy, early.
Is there anything that you looking forward to the rest of the year? Anything else you got going on? You know, we should be aware of. Anybody should be knowing about?
Well, I mean, I'm a hype beast like the rest of them. I want at least 2 pairs of that Prom 11.
Oh, okay.
That
You don't really want those.
I totally want those.
Now, you can't sit there and get on me about Fila and tell you want Prom 11s. You have to be. At our age, I'm done with the Jordan 11s.
Unless it's a Cool Grade 11 low.
2 pairs, he said.
2 pairs. 2 pairs of final. I wish they would put the Cool Grade, the high back out. The Cool Grade low is, I don't know, but yeah, I might fuck with that too. But that rose gold, that woman's 11 rose gold.
All right, man, you wilding now. All right.
Listen, they made that. They put out extended size, like they put out
through like
large
10.5,
woman sizes.
Look,
through like a men's 10.5, I think.
What size you wear?
Yeah, 12 though, men's 12. So
I don't think
I was out
such
of
thing.
You're out of that one.
I don't think there's a such thing as a fire 11 anymore. Like, I don't think you could make an 11 that.
Concords and breads will always be fire.
Yeah, but here's the thing:
Yeah.
they're gonna sell out regardless.
Of course. I mean, they're gonna sell it no matter what. You know.
They better be coming out soon if Prom's.
I don't know.
this month.
You didn't like that 7210?
No. Well, which one is that?
You don't lie. We did like
the
it.
black
We're
one.
not wearing it.
No. See, every time I saw somebody wearing it on
We thought it was fire.
foot, it looked fire. But for some reason, when I had my pair, I tried it on. It just didn't look right. I think 11s might be the hardest Jordan to wear right now.
With tech pants. You gotta wear tech pants.
No, you can't wear 11s with any pants.
He wears every. All right, you need to put pants on. All right,
He just walks out the house. Just 11s and no pants.
You had some boot cut. You had some boot cut jeans on.
I would have to wear them. You had to have boot cut True Religions on.
Oh,
with white threads. That's what you had to wear.
Can't wear no pants. Just 11s.
Yeah, 11s in a diaper.
Yeah. So
11 in briefs.
You know, like we said, you know, we appreciate you coming on and giving us some time out of your day today.
for sure.
There's still got a lot of stuff to talk about. Are you trying to end the show?
Oh, no, what else you got? Oh, no.
We got. What are you talking about? We got to talk about Kanye. Come on.
Oh, yeah, let's talk about Kanye.
Wait a second.
Well, I didn't know. I mean, I'm the only one.
We got to. Yeah, go ahead. Go in.
So what's up? So what's up with Kanye, man?
I mean, a lot of things that Kanye said, I fucks with. All right, just forget that Kanye said it. Forget that it was said by Kanye. Just take it as a straight quote. And I mean, I think for the last several years, Kanye's kind of been reaching out to us. In I mean, ever since his mom passed, I don't think he's been 1,100%.
Yeah.
You know, there's something inside that whole situation that really hurt his heart, that really troubled him, and maybe he even blames it on himself and his success. That notwithstanding, though, all right, what, you don't think the Kanye Cudi album is going to be fire?
Oh, it's going to be fire.
I hope so.
I think it's going to be. Man, listen, Cudi is real. I really like Cudi.
Yes.
And I really like anything that Cudi fucks with. Particularly when he fucks with Kanye shit. You know, do I need to say pause? I think I need to say pause. But anyhow.
See,
so I mean, I'm excited for the art that's about to come from this, you know, crazy man. But at the same time too, I'm like, man, listen, am I kind of, you know, is my voracious need to consume his art also pushing him over the edge? You know, is our need like, oh man, I need new Kanye, or just how we consume this guy? Right. All right, how we don't just let him be, how we consume him so completely. Does that push him over the edge? Why can't we just be chill with Kanye? Like we chill with J. Cole. We're chill with J. Cole. Like
but Cole doesn't act like Kanye does.
And see, and like you're saying, I 100% agree with you. I think that sometimes just as a public, we demand so much from certain people. And I think Kanye is somebody we demand so much from. But Kanye brings a lot of that on himself when he just today, what was it? He's saying how he makes more money than Jordan, you know, on sneakers. Like he brings a lot of that attention to where, you know, you're like riding with him. He's like tweeting again, and you're like, yeah, he's back. And then he won't stop. And then he keeps going. And then he throws out some wild stuff sometimes. And you're like, all right, Kanye, like, you got to chill for a minute. Like,
right, chill, Kanye, chill.
Yeah, it starts to get a little odd at times. And like you said, we do demand a lot from him, and we throw a lot of energy, good or bad, his way. And it might be sometimes hard to deal with that. When we started this podcast, like when we go somewhere and someone recognizes us or something, it's a little weird. So for somebody like him to not even be able to he can't even just go to the grocery store, you know?
Right. Right.
Except with some ones that's clean and a shirt with a team.
It puts him in a weird spot, you know?
I don't think anyone in France care. I mean, they obviously have property in Paris, and he's there. I don't think anyone in Paris cares besides like the paparazzi.
Right, but that's enough to drive you mad. Like you watch that stuff, and you're like, dear God.
My issues with Kanye go back a long time, like from
you see videos of him performing in Paris, in Europe, and people are going crazy. And the audience is going crazy. I feel like, I mean, he is, you know, pretty much one of the most recognized faces.
He's a global icon.
Yeah, of course. It's basically. I mean, he can't be in Tokyo. He can't really be anywhere and just chill.
Has like the Yeezy Adidas line, whatever, Yeezy just sneakers in general, has it reached the point to where we don't actually need Kanye music for his brand, like sneaker brand and stuff like that, to have such an impact that it does? Like, has he reached that level? Like, if Kanye never made another album again, would we still want Yeezys as much as we do? You don't think so?
No.
Huh.
Yeah, I don't think so.
Well, none of us are buying the clothes, so it doesn't matter.
I think that too much of cool is tied into Kanye's clothing and sneakers for him to not make good music.
So you think the music is what makes us really want the sneakers?
I think the music is what makes us gravitate towards Kanye.
Of course, him.
And then by gravitating towards Kanye, then that makes us interested in what else he's doing. But I think the music is what draws us in.
I agree to that. But I would say, right, there's a synergy between all of those things. But it begins with his music.
Yes.
And then he uses that music to feed off his other things, which then get us more excited, which then we demand more music. So right now we're kind of all trapped in a consumption cycle of Kanye. Mm-hmm. So if he's not putting out music, he's not putting out clothes, he's not putting out sneakers, and he's not putting out tweets, we want to consume something of him.
Yes.
Constantly.
Why do you disagree with that, George?
No. So the we must just be like the universal we, because I feel like individually, I'm not like that. We're none of us in here are buying his clothing. Like maybe Semple's bought like the Calabasas pants or whatever, but we're not dying for his clothing.
See, I don't think necessarily it's the actual articles of clothing. It's just his style in general.
Yeah, it's not even like
it's how he dresses.
Like, I mean, I might not go buy.
It's like anybody can get a gigantic hoodie and put their socks over their sweatpants.
But I'm saying related to what we just were talking about. How are you connecting those two things together?
I'll say this. So when Kanye got on Twitter last year or whatever year before Pablo came out, he was saying some wild stuff then. I mean, he was getting into it with Wiz Khalifa. He was saying some weird stuff then. But I'm gonna tell you, once I heard that ultralight beam, it just all went away.
Concert tees, Yeezys.
It all went away. Like, it just did. It's something about his music that he does make that will make you forget about
everything
what you might have thought, how crazy he was acting or what he might be going through.
You're talking about in general, general public.
And that music, I'll be honest with you, it does make having Yeezys and wanting Yeezys
feel more connected.
Feel different. It just does. It's crazy to say that, but it just does.
I don't disagree for the general public. I disagree for myself.
Well, let's go back to when we were younger. It was something more important about Jordan playing basketball and us having Jordans than it is now.
Yes.
Jordan doesn't do anything now except my memories of what I have of Jordan, so I just cop now. Kanye is.
It's also hype shit still. I mean, that's
but like if I watch like a Jordan like highlight video on YouTube,
it makes you want to put a pair of sixes.
I do need sevens. I do need.
Let's not go crazy.
No fact, because let's say
go crazy.
Okay, I remember doing.
I don't even look at his sneakers when I'm watching those videos. I'm just in awe of Mike.
It's him. But that's the only part that we have of Mike is sneakers. When the Olympics was around and Dream Team and that picture that, like, I don't know if I had ever seen it at one point, but Magic Johnson and
Air Max
Jordan
180s
sitting on that couch. There were two pictures. When Jordan was wearing Air Max 180s at the photo shoot and when Jordan was sitting on the couch with Magic Johnson wearing Olympic 7s. You looked at Olympic 7s and said,
oh shit, I might need those actually.
I might need a pair of Olympic 7s again. It makes you do something like that. You hear Kanye music, you're like, dang, I sure wish I didn't sell them blue tints, you know.
Oh, right.
Stop.
I watched a Jordan highlight video and I was like, maybe I should have bought.
Tints, tip yourself upside down.
Maybe I should have bought Bugs.
I know you have an affinity for Cudi, Dallas, but I'm gonna tell you, Cudi is somebody I think was way too ahead of his time. Like,
I like him as an actor, but to be honest with you, I can't name a single song that he's written. Now, that doesn't mean that I wouldn't recognize it if I heard it. But I can't name a single song.
You don't know any Kid Cudi songs?
Off the top of my head, no.
That's fine that you can't name a Kid Cudi song. That's fine. But I'll tell you what, when them hums start, when you start hearing them hums.
Oh, his credential as a producer is listen, I don't want to say it's unmatched, but it's up there. So there's no doubt about that.
I don't fuck with cocaine any longer. Okay, I'm way too old for that. But I hear them hums, and I get a little shake. I get a little shiver. Like, I get a little cocaine shiver.
And there is music that can do that to you. I'll tell you this, and I've said this to George and Ryan all the time. I don't know what it is about Ultralight Beam. Every time I hear it, I'm driving, I start tearing up.
Goosebumps.
Well, I'm not religious, so that
it ain't got nothing to do with religion.
Yes, it does. The song is literally about God.
It's not okay. It's something about just the music in itself.
gospel.
I'm not sitting there thinking about
What does
God.
gospel have to do with religion?
I'm not thinking about God and anything like that. It's something about the words. Even just the simple line about pray for parents, pray for Paris, pray for the parents.
Praying.
You're right, but it's something about the music, how it's put together. It
The
invokes
emotion.
an actual feeling.
Yeah.
Obviously, he's very talented. I'm not
course.
saying anything about his talent. The song is amazing,
It's
but I'm
like-
not religious, so it doesn't.
No.
I don't feel special when I listen to the song.
Right. No, now Nipsey Hussle.
Yes, because I
Check.
grew up in L.A.
Right. It gives
So-
you a special, something that you like.
No, I'm not saying that feeling
Yeah.
doesn't exist. I'm saying it doesn't exist for me with Kanye.
Right, you know.
My thing with Kanye, and you already know this because we've discussed this before, is he has the type.
Whoa, hang
he
on,
has
whoa.
the type of platform to where he could be a Tupac, politically, socially, in culture, whatever you want, and he doesn't want to do that. He's a cartoon character. Kanye only cares about himself. This whole thing on Twitter that he did recently is about. He literally said he makes more money than Jordan. No, he doesn't. He said it's the second fastest growing company in history of the world. No, it's not. And the other thing he said about it's going to be a deca whatever soon. No, it's not. Kanye, I understand you're a very important person. He only cares about himself. He's a cartoon character. He could have been what Tupac was, and Tupac is one of my favorite humans of all time, and that's why I'm disappointed that Kanye didn't use the reach and the voice that he has for better things than just caring about himself.
When All Day came out.
Look at you fact checking. Kanye.
When All Day came out, you were excited. When All Day came out, you were texting in our group thread like, "Oh,
Anytime
Kanye's
Kanye's music comes out, I get
Yeah, of
excited.
course.
But he doesn't always say the things that he said this time.
That all day shit though. That all day, like seriously, when you hear that,
Oh, yeah, it's fire.
It's fire. It's
Especially when he
fire.
debuted it at whatever it was overseas in Europe. They had the flamethrowers,
Yeah,
and he was
fire.
screaming, "Oh man!"
Yeah, absolutely. I've been excited for many Kanye albums before. I wasn't excited for Yeezus. I think I was excited for what's the
Pablo?
one? Yeah, Life of Pablo.
I've been excited for every Kanye album.
Nah,
Everyone.
Yeezus I wasn't excited for.
I was excited for it. I just didn't know what it was going to sound like. Then when I heard it, I was like, this isn't
Yeah,
what I
but
want.
people had heard it before it came out and were already writing that it's completely trash and not the same. And
What, Life of Pablo?
No,
No,
Yeezus.
Yeezus.
Oh yeah, I wasn't excited for Yeezus.
But now I have
So,
a
like,
feeling
that-
I think if we listen to Yeezus now, we might say, this is a lot better than we thought. I think Kanye...
I think Yeezus is dope.
well, did you think it was dope when it
Yeezus.
dropped?
Yeah, hell yeah. Yeezus was so dope to me that I made a bunch of fanboy videos for several songs on the album. And then Kanye had my Vimeo page taken down.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Hey, at least he noticed
I
you.
made a fanboy video for the joint with him and Chief Keef. I did one for Black Skinhead. I did one for forget the other. But Kanye had my Vimeo page taken down.
See,
Kanye and Beyonce.
Yeah, see the whole thing with Kanye, like, it seems like he bothered Twitter over the political angle of what he was saying. I don't care about any of that. You have whatever opinions on politics you want. What bothered me was that he just was like pulling things out of thin air, and it was all about him. He just had to like blow himself up even bigger than he is. I'm tired of hearing Kanye talk. Put music out and shut up.
well, see, that's the thing. He doesn't... Well, see, that's where I sometimes look at it as like, he doesn't talk. So when he has these blocks of random stuff, like...
Yeah, but it's okay to put that like philosophical stuff out. Like, don't sign a contract where you don't have full rights to whatever the product is. Whatever the things he was saying, perfectly fine with that. But when you say I make more money than Jordan, what's the point of saying that? What is the point?
It's...
Especially if it's that wrong. Jordan makes more money in a single year than Kanye has made in his career from Yeezy, Adidas, and Nike put together. You think he's made $125 million off that? That's Jordan's yearly Jordan brand contract. Has he made more than $125 million from Adidas and Nike?
I think I just can't take.
Yeah.
I just don't take anything he says seriously.
You think he's made $125 million from
Over
Adidas?
8 years? Yeah.
However many years it's
Oh,
been.
yeah,
10
he's
years?
way
Yeah, he's
over
made more than
that.
125.
I made more than 125 overall these years
Yeah.
ago. Yeah, definitely.
Okay.
He caught the jet.
I mean,
personal debt.
messing with the Kardashians, you know that boy's
No. I'm talking about just from. I'm not talking about all his.
Oh, you're
I'm
talking
not
about just from Adidas.
No, I'm not talking about producing
No,
music and
Adidas
making.
and
I'm talking about
Nike.
just Adidas and Nike. That's it.
Oh, yeah.
Just the shoes and clothes he sold. I don't think he's made $120 million.
in 10 years.
I'm not talking about sales. I'm talking about net worth, net profit to him.
Not us.
Well,
I would be very surprised.
I know one thing.
I don't even care, to be honest with you. Like, Kanye is just fucking with us when he talks about that
Yeah,
money.
absolutely.
Kanye is
That's
the
what I'm saying.
biggest-
He's a cartoon character.
He's a troll. Like, he loves trolling people.
Yeah, you could say that too.
Yeah.
And
it works.
He doesn't talk all year until it's time for music. Like, I expect some weird stuff. I mean, I just don't care. I'm like, look at this guy.
Listen, it's one thing for like Tekashi 6ix9ine to do it when he's brand new and he's done it once. Kanye been doing it his entire career. I'm tired of it. I don't want to hear Kanye do this no more, man. Just put the music out and shut up. You too old. And like people think that like I guess the stuff that I've been seeing on social media is like a lot of the people back, like you were talking earlier, that he brings it upon himself. He absolutely does. So no one should feel sorry for Kanye.
yeah.
And I see like a lot of people feeling sorry for him, like he's like PTSD or something.
But he also
Why
has
would anyone ever feel sorry for him?
But he also has an album coming out in like 10 days.
Well,
and
more than one.
And he is the most talked about thing in the possibly the
Absolutely.
world right now.
Absolutely.
So he's
But that
doing
doesn't mean
something
it's,
right.
that doesn't mean it's a good thing. That's the discussion we're having. It's not good.
You ever heard the saying, any press is good press?
Yeah, right.
For him.
Right.
For him.
Yeah. Well, why do I care what's good for him? I'm a completely separate human being.
Hey, I look at him as like he's getting out all this stuff in like 30 days that all of the weirdos in the world get out every single day on social media.
Every single day.
Like it's like
8 months of pent up emotion.
You hate social media like I do when we just see too many people opinions just in general. He's just getting out all this stuff in 30 days. Once them albums drop, he won't even be on
He'll
social
go away
media
again.
anyway. And then we'll wait until 2020 and he'll come back talking crazy.
Yeah,
and,
but why? But who?
he's
Exactly.
an entertainer. He's our entertainment and he's our not maybe in the ours.
Our moral
I don't care
compass.
about the albums, man. I don't.
Nah,
Dead
you
serious.
will.
You
I
do.
don't.
You'll listen
I-
to him.
They'll be played all over the radio, so I will obviously hear them. But I don't care.
Maybe.
I don't.
Maybe.
I don't care about. I don't care this time. I'm done caring about what Kanye's music is.
I mean, you know, it was,
And like with Cudi, I want Cudi to come back to acting. That's where I love Cudi, acting, and the same thing with Mos Def. I want Mos Def to be
What was
acting.
Cudi
I don't
in?
care.
Made for America, great show.
Not only that, he's been other
Yeah,
stuff
he's been
too,
other stuff too.
yeah. But he was incredible on that show, and then after 2 seasons, it went away, and that was a while back. Like he's a good actor.
Right.
Great music maker.
Well, I think we let George.
I don't think any-
George got a lot about Kanye. You know.
You just did the same thing about Kanye as you're mad at Kanye doing for the rest of the world.
What?
Hates
All right.
I don't care about Kanye doing hate speech. He can do all the hate speech he wants. He's a fool and a clown.
Okay. All right, everybody. Jeez.
Don't get mad at-
That's what we do on the show is we talk about stuff.
You say what,
The album
Dallas?
is gonna be lit.
I think
Kanye talking so crazy. You know this album is gonna be litty.
Super lit.
when I just even hear the small samples from video games, that fight, flawless, stuff that's just in the background you don't pay attention to, no one else is doing it. Like, it's like, you know what? And I'm not trying to no way in comparison myself to Kanye, but it's like when I go home and edit the podcast, it drives me insane if I don't think something's perfect. I can't imagine what it is to him. Like, when you make something and you want the entire world to love it, it's hard to be creative in that window because it's like he probably for one song, man, geez, for Ultralight Beam, how many versions of that was it? Like 22? Like it was so many versions of it because this person sings on it. This person sings on it. You're not on it now. This rapper's on it. You're not on it. It's hard when you're that type of person. Like, and we expect nothing but excellence from him. When a J. Cole album
And
drops,
he puts that pressure on himself too. he does put that pressure on himself.
Right. When J. Cole album dropped, the first thing I said was, man, I'll see how it is. When Kanye stuff, like, ooh, I can't wait. Like, nobody else has that energy from me. Like Pusha T music. I love Pusha T. Pusha T is a top 5 for me. But Pusha T doesn't have an album that I'd be like, classic. You know, Pusha T has the stuff I like to listen to. Yeah, Clips has a classic album. But Pusha T has the stuff I like to hear, but it's not the stuff that I like to hear all day. I can hear Kanye's music all day for long periods of times, and Kanye music can make you feel a certain way and evoke emotions. You know, now Pusha T does make me want to go sling cocaine and crack, but
cop bodega babies.
Yeah, but that's just not me. So, anyways, we appreciate you, Dallas, coming on and giving us time. You know, we're gonna let you go.
Yes, thank you so much,
gentlemen. Thank you, thank y'all. And again, like that, this Kanye album is gonna be litty.
When George will have it banging in his Acura.
Well, when it drops, I'm gonna hit you up, and I want to hear your opinion on it. I want to see them videos.
That's a bet. I don't make fanboy vids anymore, to tell you the truth, man, because man, listen, I got all kind of strikes against my YouTube account, and they took my Vimeo account down. So I just said, all right, man, let these people make their own videos anyway. You know,
right? That's what's
up.
Are you still doing the show with Pete?
I got another little podcast project going on called Talkitecture.
Okay, cool.
It's kind of a little bit reminiscent of the Combat Jack show. It's not really super there yet, so I don't really big it up too crazy because we really haven't caught that real groove yet. Working on that, and I mean, I'm just Dallas Penn. I mean, you know what? If you come to find me on the internet, I hope you enjoy the shit that I have to say or the shit that I have to produce. Otherwise, don't be out here looking for me to entertain you, because I will definitely let you down. All right? I'm going to let anybody down that wants to be entertained. No more time for entertainment. Time for edutainment.
You were on Complex TV, Combat Jack. I'm talking hilarious. All right? Like, that was entertainment, you know.
We had fun. We had fun during that project. We had a lot of fun. And the funny thing is, those interviews, they were run like an hour and a half long. So they kind of cherry picked the conversation that they broadcast. I mean, for those videos, you only see total maybe 14, 15 minutes of that interview.
Right.
We were in there just talking wild shit with these folks and getting them relaxed and getting them loose and really just talking with folks about their career in music and even their motivations. Man, one day I'm gonna get to sit with Kanye and I'm gonna be like, yo, we're gonna have an in-depth conversation and I'm gonna find out why he took my Vimeo account down.
Yeah, well, I definitely want to see when that happens. So, you know, like I said, we appreciate you coming on. We appreciate you giving us time.
Thank y'all, brothers. Thank y'all. Thank y'all.
You know, we'd definitely like to have you on again at some point, you know, this year, hopefully, and just get an update on Dallas Penn.
That's a bet. Listen, sneaker fiends, keep it clean.
Oh, always. All right, we appreciate you coming on.
Appreciate it.
All right, man.
Peace, y'all.
All right. The longest episode of the Sneak Diss history.
Not really.
No, I don't think so.
Because we had a block of not phone working, a block of, you know, we're good.
But also, we've been here past 8 before. So.
Only that time that we recorded a whole episode and then we didn't, and then we had to do it all again.
Facts.
Nah.
We put in work.
Put in work that night.
Nah, there's been other times we've been here past 8. We had one of them guest ones. With Dion episode might be longer. And then
that was
what
on
was
Saturday,
the other
though.
one?
Yeah, it was Saturday, though.
Yeah, but it might still be longer. And then what was the other one? There was another one. Not Clark Kent before that,
BCC.
around there.
Tony D one. That was a pretty long episode. Anyways, I don't know. Anything else, guys?
That's a Sneak Diss!
Pow! Sparklers.
You're supposed to look at the camera, not me. Why is he looking at me?